Let's see here. Okay, looks like we are live. All right, today we are going to be looking at Hoarding Dragon, a masterpiece red creature from Foundations. And yeah, I didn't really try this card, but I like it a lot actually. So this is a deck that I built specifically around it. It deals with artifacts in your graveyard, but what I found with it, it's not really worth doing a lot to try and make the creature death thing into something really powerful. It's a lot better just as its ETB and attack of destroying the top cards of your library and taking advantage of that. So this first deck that I'm going to show you here is all about what it does when you go all in with artifacts. So we got Hoarding Dragon is obviously the card that we're dealing with here. Cityscape Leveler is an artifact creature, which counts. Chimil, the Inner Sun, Mana Crypt, and Cryptex are all artifacts as well. I tried going even further in with even more artifacts, but it just made the deck slower. So I just ended up using just a bunch of utility cards here to make this deck really work. Mystical Teachings into Breach the Multiverse or Push or Rite of the Moth is going to be good. And yeah, this is just a really powerful deck. And I think I have yet to lose with it. So I'll show you how it goes here. Let's get a Cryptex down in Mana Crypt. Nice little landfall there. Cool. We'll get Chimel down soon enough. And I pretty much just spam his first ability to get things into my graveyard as much as I can. Sometimes pull out a Cityscape Leveler, which is going to be great. And that is nice to have it already on board, doing stuff for us. Turn this to pull so we can hopefully pull something out of the grave here. Get a Hoarding Dragon down. 2 of them, why not? I guess I could have grabbed that Breach the Multiverse, but we'll use this to get things out of the graveyard instead. Or put things into the graveyard and then bring them back out with Hoarding Dragon. So that's what Pull just did. So we're doing well. Get Breach. Rite of the Moth. So we're filling up our graveyard pretty nicely. 22 cards in there. Get them both out, sure. Only problem with using Rite of the Moth is once they die, they end up in the exile instead of the graveyard. So that is one disadvantage to using that card. But I love gaining the lifelink, which will offset what I lose from Mana Crypt. Oh, he finally did something, huh? Oh, shoot. He's going to exile my graveyard, which is going to be annoying. But I think we could still maybe win the next turn here. See what happens. 31 wasn't that bad. I thought it was going to be worse. All that, and that's all he did with it. That's whatever. Okay. Get this going. Mystical Teachings. Grab a Rite of the Moth. If I grab Push, then we're just going to not do anything. We're going to get rid of everything we've built up here, so we'll steal a Rakdos. Why not? Grab another one of these. Okay. Hoarding Dragon. Another Rakdos. Wow. That was a good... Okay, so here Mystical Teachings is casting from the graveyard. So what I like to do is just grab the next thing that I will want to play next turn. I'm going to grab a Chaos Warp. Just in case they play something that messes me up next turn. Looks like they put a Demolition Field out, but just completely went out of their way not to activate any gems. But we'll take care of it here. I mean, we won anyway, but I just like to be a completionist with my turns. And there goes their Demolition Field. And yeah. That's typically how that deck goes. And if my Hoarding Dragon had been destroyed, then I could show you how much damage it would deal. It's not usually that much. I think the most I've ever dealt damage to the opponent is like 21 or something like that. And that's on the high end. Normally it's somewhere like 9 or 10. Other times it's only like 1, 2, 3, depending on when it dies. So that's not really that powerful of an effect. You'd have to make your entire deck artifacts, and that's just not that good of a deck if you do that. I mean, I guess it could be, but maybe not with Duretti. So I like to instead just work on filling up my graveyard and doing interesting things with that. I've tried a handful of different cards here, and I feel like these are the ones that give me the most bang for my buck. But there are plenty of other cards that you can play around with. I liked Necromancy was a pretty good one. Archpriest of Shadows, also a good one to pair with Hoarding Dragon. It's just sort of a combo piece that really kind of depends on what's the rest of the deck built around. So I don't think Hoarding Dragon is that great of a card on its own, but it's a nice card with other things in your deck that can help facilitate other things happening here. So let's grab a Demolition Field. We don't want them to have too many of those around. I guess we could grab a Push. Demolition Field. I kind of want that. Okay, Cryptics. Okay, so we don't need to spend mana on that Cryptics. We will get a pull out instead. Cool. Nice. That went how I wanted it to. And grab a Rite of the Moth. Maybe breach the multiverse into Rite of the Moth. We'll see. Get a lot of different options here. It's the type of deck I like because it lets me do fun things and it has options to deal with threats my opponent throws out. There's a lot of decks that I like having fun with, but it's not very viable. It can't deal with a lot of different types of threats. But this one is not only very fun, but pretty well-rounded as well. It just doesn't win super fast, which is like why I know Gauze will never try it, but I don't know. I don't know if Malthazar would like this deck, to be honest. It might not be explosive enough for him. Get a Hoarding Dragon down. And the thing I like about Breach the Multiverse and only using 2 creatures with it is that I can steal creatures from my opponent's side and just take my pick of what is going to be most useful for me at the time. So I think that was another pull. I don't need that. Who's playing Alchemist Vial anyway? So what I do like to do sometimes is grab Push when it casts from the graveyard, and I save it for the next turn, flip it around, and then fill the flip side with mana, and play that side. So I don't end up casting it on my turn and inadvertently destroy all my creatures. So that's the Duretti deck. And I have a Lord Windgrace deck that might be even better than this one because we have access to green, and that gives us a lot of fun things to do with green, such as Template Discovery, 6, Omen Path Journey, a couple other things that are exclusive to green. So what we lose from Duretti's abilities to put things into our graveyard, we gain a lot of mana generation from it. So going a little slow here, but I will show you that deck here. I built this with standard in mind, but I just felt like trying it with in Legacy Quick Battle here. Unless I'm, just not feeling it or low on time, I just play standard stuff in the Legacy Training Grounds. Because it's good to see if your decks can handle just about anything, which is very possible to run into when we're talking Legacy. So it's an okay start. We'll wait for that Tribute to Hunger. Here we go. Dang. I don't know what it is about this Ajani that always cascades like a mofo. Okay, let's Chaos Warp and get rid of that support there. Starting in kind of a bad place because of all that cascading you started with, but I think we'll be fine. Got 6 out. That's cool. It's okay that it died. We'll get another one back. Get some Panthers out. And yes, Template Discovery. Alright. Try and get that Hoarding Dragon now. I don't even know what this does. Do I even want this? Not really. Well, we'll mute it. Well, that's annoying. What even was that? Got 6 back out with the Omen Patch Journey. Oh, see, it was that. And that is exactly why I didn't want to play it. Got rid of it. Triggered Leyline, so we got a Hoarding Dragon down. So that put more into our graveyard. So hopefully on our next turn we can trigger Leyline and get some... No, I don't see any green matches. You have to match green by swap to trigger Leyline. But we've taken control back of this match. So we're good. Didn't see any good matches there. Okay, that was alright, but I've definitely done better in different matches. So we'll run it one more time. But the point of using Hoarding Dragon in this deck is to fill up the graveyard so that when we trigger Leyline with 6, we get a bunch of creatures back out onto the battlefield. Running a bit slow. I wonder if a lot of people are trying to play out their matches for the Coalition event right now. I think Saturday nights are fairly popular for playing the weekend events. Cool. We didn't even see Master of Keys last time, so let's see if we can actually get it out first here. And I think we can. Yes, there's a black match. So we start to destroy our library here. We'll go into Mystical Teachings. Okay, that will get us both cards with mana, and then sweet, a Template Discovery. That's a good start. Okay, that was pretty good. Mana generation there. Let's grab another Mystical Teaching. Hall of Gemstone. Nice. Triggered our Omen Path Journey, which triggered triggered some cascades for us. And draw a card. Okay, another Mystical Teaching. Okay, that looks good. Let's hit Leyline. Yes, and we got a Hoarding Dragon, so we got all three parts here. We're going to fetch a Temp with Discovery. Chaos Warp. Get you out of there. And maybe trigger our own Leyline. Mystical Teachings into another Temp with Discovery, so though I don't think we'll be able to get there before. Actually, maybe. Okay, great. Grab another Temp with Discovery. Some more Leyline Omen Path Journey. Grab another Omen Path Journey. Another Hall of Gemstone in case we destroy it. Did we steal a demolition field from him? I don't remember. That's cool. I'll take it. Mystical Teaching. It's going to cast from the grave, so we're not going to be able to play what it takes this turn. But let's grab a Temp with Discovery so that we can do something with it here. Draw some cards. If I had some green gem conversion in this deck instead of just Sunken Citadel, I might be able to trigger Leyline more often. So we'll do one more battle with that in mind. Okay, I did steal a demolition field and I totally forgot. That's alright. I don't think we have outlaws in this deck, so it's not going to do anything to play back in town, but it's just kind of fun to take it from them. Okay. I'm going to do something a little controversial here. I will take Sunken Citadel out of the deck and put in a green gem converter. Standard only. Should we play... No, I don't want to use any other creatures here, so we'll use... What does this do? When you cast an Elf Druid or Elemental card, seed a gem. Okay, we don't do that. Should we do Colony Garden? Okay, is that the most? Convert them to green X. Do we have anything for? Case of the Locked Hothouse? How many does? Oh, okay. How many does this convert? Oh, okay, just the one. I think Colony Garden is probably going to be the one to go with here. Okay, Hall of Gemstone, Master Keys. Okay, that's fine. Alright, well, we got the Master of Keys down already. That's not a bad start. Get a Mystical Teaching down. Hoarding Dragon. Oh, a Template Discovery. What can we take from a ley line? Take a ley line from them. Omen Path Journey. Master of Keys. Grab another Temple Discovery. That's sweet. We want 6 down. Sweet. Triggered. Omen Path Journey got a 6 down. Don't need elementals. Triggered Leyline. Twice, I think. Nice. So that's why all these creatures seem to be popping up out of nowhere. It's because I triggered Leyline. Draw some cards. Triggering Leyline got us more creatures on the board. Okay. There you have it. So, as much as I like this creature, I don't necessarily think it's a chase card for most people. I think if you do get it and you play with it and find fun things to do with it like I did, you'll like it. But I think it's one that you shouldn't be sad if you get it, but it's not one that I would spend a lot of resources trying to pick up. So hopefully this inspired you to make a cool deck with it if you do get it. But yeah, if it's one of the last cards in your elite pack that you're chasing, I probably would just hold off on spending for it. So there you have it. Hope you liked this video. Hope you liked the decks. I really enjoyed playing those decks, so I hope you enjoyed watching them. Yep.